Welcome to Weapons Education. This is going to be a powerful video. I'm asking everybody to share this with your friends, put it on your homepage. This comes to you by popular demand. In the past week, I've gotten over 100 private messages requesting me to talk about these topics because it's a hot time right now for gun laws. I was going to do a video on this beautiful SIG 5.56 rifle, and I decided to take everyone's input and talk about these important subjects on gun laws. As you know, I'm way into helping preserve our gun laws, and I want to stop tyranny against the Second Amendment. Now, we're going to talk about three subjects. Operation Fast and Furious. You may know about it, you may not, maybe you don't know all the details. I'll give you my 2 cents and what I think, and I'm going to be bold. I'm putting myself out there. I'm going to be bold. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to say this. Eric Holder, Attorney General, you need to be fired. Does that get your attention? The Attorney General of the United States needs to be fired. And I'll tell you why in a moment. Then we're going to talk about a good thing that's going on. NRA rocks. We're going to talk about the NRA. H.R. 822, the national right to carry reciprocity legislation. It's a bill that will allow us to carry our firearms if we have a permit in different states. Very similar to if you have a driver's license, you can drive in different states, right? Well, why shouldn't you be able to carry your firearm in different states if you have a permit and they allow you to have a permit in their states? And we'll talk about that. And then we're going to talk about the NRA and how important it is that we need them. Let's start with Fast and Furious, okay? All right, Attorney General, his world is being rocked. Eric Holder. And if you're a member of the NRA, you get these really cool emails, extremely informative, and then you watch the weekly videos they put out, and they tell you what's going on, and they're direct. And they tell you what's going on with every gun law in every state, and they're slamming Eric Holder right now hard. His world's being rocked. And here's why. What Fast and Furious is all about, in my impression, is the government, particularly Eric Holder, allowed over 2,000 firearms to be sold to the Mexican drug cartel on purpose. They told these gun shops in Arizona and those southern states adjacent to Mexico, and Mexico is our friends. We want them to not have problems, and we want to protect our borders, of course. That's a whole nother story. But to allow over 2,000 guns to purposely be sold to drug cartels and tell the gun shops, okay, yeah, we condone this. We give you our, a blessing on the side. It's okay, it's cool. This goes back to July 2010. And what happens? They're thinking, in my impression, their thinking was, the government was, well, if we sell these 2,000 guns to the drug cartel and allow the gun shops to do it, then we can track the guns and find the drug dealers. Kind of like, which is cool when that's not cool what I just said, but what is cool is when a bad guy creates a crime and like the FBI or law enforcement knows about it and they don't bust him just yet. What they want to do is follow him around and then get all his accomplices and then arrest everyone all at once over like a 3, 4, 5, 6 month investigation and nail them all. So what Fast and Furious is all about is they thought they can sell these guns, give the blessing to the gun shops to sell them, and then they would track the guns and then bust all the drug cartel. It didn't work that way. So what did the government do? Eric Holder, Kingpin, leader, Attorney General, he says, oops, this didn't work. Over 1,500, by the way, this comes from the NRA and Fox News. Okay, May 2010, Fox News. NRA, presently, every week in your newsletters. 1,500 of these 2,000 guns are untrackable and they're responsible for hundreds and hundreds of deaths, including a Border Patrol agent only 40 years of age, on U.S. soil, by one of the guns the government allowed to be sold. So that's what Fast and Furious is all about. So number one is Eric Holder needs to be fired for this reason. On May 3rd, 2011, he testified under oath to Congress, because Congress got aware of this and said, and this is the exact question. You can look on your, if you're a member of NRA, you look at that current video they got up right now, and you watch that, and you watch him under oath, May 3rd. I was just aware of this 2 weeks ago, and then what they find out is internal memos go back to July 5th, 2010. All these memos going back and forth to him about Operation Fast and Furious. He knew about it. He lied under oath. Perjury. What is the definition of perjury? The willful giving of false testimony under oath. Eric Holder, you are guilty of perjury. You need to be fired. You need to be arrested. I'm sorry. If we committed perjury, we would be arrested. If we had information about us committing perjury, I mean, it's black and white. I mean, when you're a member of the NRA, you see these videos, it's black and white that he's guilty. So I'm going out there on a limb. Source, Fox News, August 20th, 2011. Also, I want to give credit to Arizona Sheriff, I hope I pronounce your name correctly, Paul Babu. Paul, you're the man, because I know your life is threatened by the hour, by the Mexican drug cartel. But you're out there, I see all your videos, I see what you're doing in the public eye. I saw you at NRA conventions. You are the man. And I really give you a lot of credit and a lot of respect to you, because we need more law enforcement people like yourself who will stand up for what's right. All right, so that's what Fast and Furious is. The government allowing guns to go to Mexico, thinking we can track the guns, but we couldn't track the guns. Then we tried to cover it up and blame gun shops. I don't like that. I don't like tyranny against the Second Amendment, and I don't like cover-ups. 35 members of Congress right now and the NRA are presently demanding him to be fired. I wrote my letter to the President of the United States this week demanding him to be fired and my reasons why. I just explained to you the reasons why. The number one reason why is lying under oath. All he should have just said is, we tried something and it didn't work. It didn't work. We're guilty of it. It didn't work. And we are Americans. We're forgiving people. But he lied. All right, that's Fast and Furious. Second, let's talk about something cool, positive. All right, U.S. House passes NRA-backed national right to carry reciprocity legislation. Well, what this means in a nutshell, now this only passed by the House. It hasn't gone to the Senate yet. It's about to. So I'm going to tell you right now to write to your senators. I'll tell you in a minute. I'm going to read this. The NRA has made the National Right to Carry Reciprocity Act a priority because it enhances the fundamental right to self-defense guaranteed to all law-abiding people. That's by Chris Cox, Executive Director of the NRA. The NRA is really doing a lot. I mean, they're spending millions and millions of dollars. They're powerful. They need the numbers. You know, they need our 25 bucks. You know, I'll show you at the end here how to become a member, because if you own a firearm and you're not a member of the NRA, or if you're even just watching firearm channels and you're not a member of the NRA, come on. Come on. You're so proud to get that card in the mail. I'll tell you the benefits in the mail. Plus, they do so much for us. We wouldn't even have firearms. I wouldn't even have a channel if it wasn't for the NRA. By the way, on the top right of the channel right now, as I run this video as my feature, I'm going to show you what I did. Is I flew, that's where I got the shirt, I flew from South Florida all the way to the Northeast and went to Fairfax, Virginia, just to go to the NRA Museum. I wanted to experience it. I wanted to see everything, and I did a beautiful video. There's a comment on there from the NRA curator thanking me for doing the video. I met some key people there, have a very good relationship with the NRA, and I have the highest respect for the NRA. So check out that video on the top right if you haven't seen it. NRA Museum. It's an amazing place. It's just, whew. Boy, is that place amazing. Everything's pretty much donated there, by the way. So, all right, now, so this act, what's going on right now with this bill is it passed the House by a huge, huge majority, bipartisan. So that's cool. But you know what I want to bring to your attention was there were several amendments that were brought up. It was 8 to be exact. where these 7 of the 8 were Democrats, and what they wanted to do was amend it to make it worse. But it didn't work. Like one of them here is, let's establish a national database of permit holders. Now, come on, we got enough tracking, enough numbers. We don't have enough. That was defeated. Another one here, I'm just going to read you a couple of them. Require permit holders to notify law enforcement officials in other states of their intention to carry a firearm in those states. Give me a break. So if I'm driving across state lines, I gotta get on the phone. I'm driving from Pennsylvania, and I'm gonna hit D.C. and I blah blah blah. I'm going across state lines, from North Carolina to South Carolina. Give me a break. I'm gonna call law enforcement and say I got a gun, I got a permit. Can I drive across the? Give me a break. Defeated. So that's the first one was if you're in Texas, Sheila Jackson, don't vote for her. Down. That's me. I'm just saying, Democrat. Jackson Lee, which state is he in? This doesn't tell me, but whatever state he's in, down. Steve Cohen, Democrat, down. Tennessee. What he wanted to do is this: exclude permit holders under the age of 21 years of age to be part of this whole bill. But just think of it. You're 18 years old, you can go in the military, you can go fight, and a very good chance lose your life for the country. But if you're in the United States, this doesn't pertain to you. You're not old enough. You gotta wait till you're 21. I mean, give me a break. This is Steve Cohen, Democrat, Tennessee. If you're in Tennessee, don't vote for him. That's my opinion. There's a bunch of others. So silly stuff. The good thing is they were all voted down by an overwhelmingly majority. So now it has to go to the Senate. What I'm asking everyone to do is, this is important. I know you might think writing an email to your state senator is useless, but if I get 5,000 people to do it, it's so powerful because they need your vote so bad and they don't want the bad publicity, and they realize what the House just did, pass this by a huge majority. I think the Senate's going to pass this, and if we get some people to write some emails, it's huge. I was going to put a form letter up here for what we should say, but it's very simple. I mean, you should put 3 bullet points. 1, it should be passed because it's our Second Amendment right. 2, it should be passed because if I can drive a car from state to state to state to state and not have to call them and let them know I have a Florida driver's license going to Georgia and things like that. The whole driver's license thing is really accurate. 3 might be, it's our Second Amendment right, and if your state allows a permit, you should acknowledge my state permit. So it's things like that. Just put whatever is in your heart, but it doesn't have to be a long letter because they won't read it. 3 bullet points, send an email to your state senator, Google who your state senator is, and send that email. I want thousands and thousands and thousands of emails going out in the next couple of days. And like I said, go to the top right and watch my NRA video. Let's talk about the NRA right now, and this is going to be a huge drive for everyone to join the NRA, because I've been asked to do this. So I'm telling you right now, the NRA is our main source for fighting gun laws. There's no secret about it. I mean, they're filing lawsuits against states and counties, the whole entire country, left and right. Now, here's some benefits. Besides your ID card, you get your magazine, whichever one you want, American Rifleman, American Hunter, America's First Freedom. You get a $5,000 life insurance policy if you're injured, and you get the details in your contract when you get it. One of the biggest benefits is a $2,500 benefit for your gun. Like if this gun were to be stolen, I forget what it costs, maybe $2,000, that would be reimbursed to me. So if someone steals a gun legitimately and you file a police report, you have up to $2,500 worth of insurance, whether it's 4 or 5 Glocks or one expensive firearm, it's $2,500, it's cash for you to go out and buy a new one. As long as it's legitimate. Someone breaks in your car, they steal your gun, don't worry about homeowners, don't worry about anything else. You got the NRA membership. And on my site below, I'm urging you to please go to armyexpressoutlet.com, go to the link with the eagle, NRA, and sign in there, and you get $10 off. So it's normally $35, we're saving you $10, it's only $25, and what I got here from my renewal was this, where I get a free duffel bag. That was unexpected. And I'm not saying you'll get this every year, but you never know. They're always throwing in goodies because they need the numbers. They need the 25 bucks, but they really need the numbers, because they could file a lawsuit with 4 million people behind them. That's powerful. We need that number up to 25 million. I mean, there's 80 million gun owners in America and only like 4 million NRA members. Not good. Let's get that number up. I am an official NRA recruiter and I'm very proud of it. All right, I told you about the NRA Museum. Go check out that video. That's a beautiful place. The Constitution of the United States, George Washington, he's the man. I got to talk about the Revolutionary War here in the future. That'll be a good story, a nice history story. But I'm out here almost every night cranking out videos. I'm doing my best. My wife's here to say hello.
Hi. Excuse me. Hi, everybody.
And we really want to improve gun laws. I got some things up my sleeve. I got some cool things coming up. I don't want to tell you what they are because I don't want deadlines and timelines. But I'm there for you. I need you to join the NRA tonight. And I need you to tell President Obama that Eric Holder needs to be fired. Fired. You Google that. Eric Holder fired. See, I don't even haven't tried it, but I'm sure there's a ton of videos on it. All right. Check it out. Thank you so much for your support.